Superman. Watch Channel 7 Saturday, October the 4th at 4:30 p.m. And on that day, we premiere a very special movie for Channel Z. And during that movie, we will flash the word Superman at the bottom of the screen several times. And if you're one of the first 5 lucky callers, then you will win a t-shirt just like this. So remember, kids, drag your parents into the living room on October the 5th at 7:30 p.m. Put on your t-shirt, turn on your imagination, and tune into Channel Z for the premiere showing of Superman, the movie. You will believe that a man can fly.
3 years ago, I reviewed Superman the movie for the Independent's Neighbor magazine. Part of that review read as follows. Glenn Ford is strongly convincing as the earthly father. Kansas City's Jeff East also displays his fine acting talents as the 18-year-old boy of steel. Today we're fortunate enough to have Kansas City's Jeff East with us here on Best Bets at the Box Office. Jeff, welcome back to Kansas City.
Thank you very much. I moved to California in '76.
That was right before Superman then, right?
Right. I did Superman in 1977. I flew to England and we shot that. I was on it for 7 months.
How did you get that part?
Well, Dick Donner apparently had seen Tom Sawyer, and he wanted me for the part of Jimmy Olsen.
Oh, yeah?
And when I walked in the room, I was 6 foot, and I weighed 155, and he went, Jesus, you're not that little kid that I saw in the... You've grown up.
Right. Yeah.
And we talked, and he sort of saw a resemblance to Christopher Reeve. I didn't see it, and nobody else saw it, but for some odd reason, Dick Donner has a great deal of imagination. Saw a little hint glitter in my eye that looked a little bit like Chris. Huh. And sure enough, they put the nose on me and the black wig and the 3 hours of makeup.
Then you started to see it, right?
And I looked like Chris Reeve. And, you know, I took on his character. I took on mannerisms and emotions and stuff because we studied with each other for like 2 months in England.
Right.
And then when we went to Canada to shoot the farm sequences, I was already used to being this character of young Superman or young Chris Reeve.
Right. He was an unknown star then at that time too.
Yeah.
So
Chris had only done soap opera, and I think he did one picture called Grey
Lady Down with Charlton Heston. Yeah. So were you both in a little bit of awe at this huge multi-million-dollar thing?
I was, yeah. I know he was for sure.
Yeah.
Being top billed with Marlon Brando and Gene Hackman, we got along very well.
So how old were you at that time then? What, 18, 19, 20?
77. I must have been 19 or 20. Yeah, between 19 and 20.
Yeah.
And,
that's pretty big stuff for somebody that age. To get that kind of a motion picture.
You know, it was a good experience. You know, I took a lot of things from that film that helped me in my, in my last few pictures.
Right.
And, I think it introduced me to a wider market, to people in the international market.
How did you do the running and the punting of the ball that far? How was that done?
I really did it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I thought, but I just wanted to clarify.
I really did. I mean,
right.
My mother came up and she started.
She yelled at you and you
I
ran,
get carried away when she. No. What happened? They used high tension Air Force wires that were connected to a crane with an arm that was about, I'd say, 20 feet long. And they extended the crane out, and then they have the train parallel with this road that we were shooting on. It took us 2 weeks to shoot it. We had to practice it for 3 days just to get used to the harness. And it's the flying rig that Chris uses, the same rig that I used. And they hoisted me about 6 inches off the ground because I needed the traction. We found after the 3 days of practice, I needed a little traction to keep my balance, or I'd be, swinging all over the place.
Right.
And we run parallel with the train, and then they have the cameras at each angle, and then they have it from other angles. And the little camera car was following us. And then we went into the studio in Pinewood in London to shoot when I jump in front of the track.
Oh, right.
They get closer through an editing process and a thing called blue backing.
Right.
And it's an optical effect. But we really did outrun the train. A lot of people, they think that we did a superimposure or whatever, but we really got out there and did it.
Really?
And then the football. Everybody wants to know how I did that. Well, that was just a cannon. We had a cannon buried about 6 feet under the ground, and I really punted a football, and then they cut
a close-up shot, and
then they cut to the cannon, shooting the thing off, and my foot's going up like that. That's all.
Good luck to you in whatever you do. And Jeff, thanks for coming with us on Best Bets at the Box Office.
My pleasure.